Hi everyone, I'm Gilly, founder of Gilly's Organics and the host of Everyday Rockstars. We are with such a rock star today. I can't wait for her to tell you all about her business and show you the transformations that she has made in some of the loveliest homes in this area. Hi Noah Artzi-Weill.
Hi Gilly.
Welcome to Everyday Rockstars.
Thank you, very excited to be here.
You are 1,000,000% a rock star.
Thank you.
So tell us about the space that we're in right now.
So this is a project that I just recently finished. It's a very big, beautiful basement that we did for the entire family. This is just one wall because it's a basement. In my design, I love the walls to speak.
Yes.
Because it's a big space. So how do you make it magical and different? So there's colors on the walls and art on the walls and wallpaper on the walls. And this is it.
We're gonna take everyone around on this basement because this is just one of the amazing walls. Everything is colorful and magical, and that basically describes you. I've known Noah for a lot of years and I've dreamt about her doing some spaces in my home. But today we're gonna show you a bunch that she's done here. How did you become, when did this start? When did you become a designer?
It started 13 years ago, honestly, by a little leap of faith. I had my children and was lucky enough to stay home while they were growing up at the beginning. Did one room and then did another room when they grew up a little bit. In my home, then created a play space for them. And then I had a friend that wanted an advice on a basement. I gave her this crazy idea to do a hockey floor in her basement. And I saw the reaction and I said to myself and asked her, if I'm gonna open a company, would you hire me to do this project? She said yes. And I said, okay.
I love it.
And I went to study interior design and one thing led to the other, and 13 years later, that's what I do.
I love that story. It was like, it was more than just a leap of faith. It was like following your heartbeat.
True.
Your heart was like, I wanna do something. I'm creative and talented in this area. So what's the process? How do you get to know your clients and what they're looking for? Do you get to sort of infuse your style into it? Do you ever feel like, do they trust you to go with your recommendations usually?
Yeah. Well, as you can imagine, every client is different.
Sure.
But yes, I find that sometimes it's like a balancing act. Obviously, I want to give the client what they want.
Right.
So there is either a vision or a list of what I wish the space to be. And then, yes, there is a little bit of my taste, and I always try to push my clients a little bit beyond their comfort zone. And I remember one client once said to me, I don't like color. And she said, even navy is too colorful for me. But we use navy, and all of a sudden navy infused with some grays and some whites, everything becomes a little different. So it's really kind of, I'm trying, obviously if I have this vision, so I'm trying to push them a little bit until they say no.
Right.
And then we just come up with ideas. I show concepts, and then usually I'm lucky enough to also run the whole project. So I do see it start to finish, that's where the magic happens, right?
Yes.
The before and after picture that I'm sure everybody loves.
So much fun to watch the transformation. That's the best part.
Addicted to them on socials. It is fun, and I love seeing it too. So,
but there's so much work that goes in between that before picture and the final reel that you share with us. So
yes. And it's not just work; it's details.
Yeah.
A lot of details. And that's the important part, because it's not just, oh, let's just paint this gray. There's a lot of little, when you want a room to really feel whole,
right,
and that everything is tied in together beautifully. There's a lot of details that go into
You know what I think is really funny? Today, we both ended up wearing black and white,
yes.
And I was like, oh, I need to wear color because it's Noah. And then she was wearing black and white. And then one of the walls, having never seen this space, is this incredible. Okay, can we show the door?
The magic of
The
this
magic
wall.
of this wall.
Yes.
'Cause
So this wall, it's just a big wall with wallpaper, but actually, if we push this, that's a magic hidden door that leads to the movie theater.
Awesome. So
that the
we'll show
players
that.
have.
We'll show that. You have a knack for this, like, what would you call it? A playroom, a downstairs basement, but you've done so many dining rooms and bedrooms and studies and ski houses, and so we have to show them here as well.
Yes.
Because that's how you started and that's how you're kind of known. So if you want Noah, by the way, she's the Growing Room at the Growing Room on Facebook and Instagram, and her website is also the Growing Room Design.com. So yeah, that's how it began.
True.
What's coming up for you?
Well, you're right. I started with children because of that one basement, and it almost like the flagship at the time because it was very cool and different. And I've done a lot of basements, nurseries, children's room, and people. Usually that would be my foot in the door. I'm lucky enough to have a lot of repeat clients that then say, oh, can you now do my bedroom? But I've done everything, including, believe it or not, I've done a pediatric dentist and a pediatric orthopedic and another office space. So
yeah, when you have the knack,
exactly.
you can do anything.
Exactly.
You can design any space.
And I do find that every new space is a challenge. So when you say, you know, what's next? So on this project, I worked on a wine room. Now I'm working on another wine room that I'm designing the built-ins from scratch.
Wow.
This we worked with a company that they're more experienced, but now, so every project, every something new is a huge learning experience for me, which I adore. Because I feel that I grow as a designer, I grow as a person, I grow my resources, and it's just a lot of fun. So I'm waiting, I don't know, maybe an apartment in Manhattan to be on my next list.
All right, guys,
I'm not sure it's gonna happen.
Everybody who's got a place in New York,
exactly.
You want Noah because she maximizes space as well as design. Like, you do some really cool things with furniture pieces and all of that. We're going to show a bunch of her beautiful work here. Noah, What's your favorite room in your own home?
Ooh.
And what room do you really want to do over but haven't done yet?
That's a tough one. My favorite room, I think, I have a lot that I love. My house is very colorful and I'm lucky enough to, you know, design what I want. But we have a guest room that I just love. It's just very cozy. It's colorful yet calm. It's very inviting. A lot of it was designed around my husband, who's a traveler, bringing a yellow sign, antique sign that said hotel, the letters of the word hotel. And that was the focal point of designing the room around it. And every family member that have ever visited the house is just, oh, it's my room, it's my room. They really feel very much at home. So I do love that. I probably would have done a couple of bathrooms in my house that need updating if I could.
Okay,
So
maybe if your schedule lightens up ever, because Noah's pretty packed, by the way, you guys. Okay, so I could talk to Noah for hours and we can show so many videos, but I want to know what it is that keeps you motivated after all these years of doing design for lots of clients, nonstop clients on top of clients on top of clients. What keeps you, and you're a mother, what keeps you in rock star mode? Is it a mantra, a saying, a practice? What is it? A belief system?
I don't know if it's a belief system. I'm a very I have to keep going. I'm not just resting person, and I think that first I like to be busy. So being a mom and having my own business, sometimes it's a lot, very true, but I'm blessed that I can do it. I'm blessed that I can be creative, which is lovely. I love the next challenge, I love the next project, and then all of a sudden at the end of the day, when I get into the shower, and all of a sudden that idea comes to, oh, but that's how we should do it differently, or let's think outside the box. I think maybe that's my biggest mantra, or I love to think outside the box. I love to not come to a space and say, okay, the sofa goes here, this goes here, which sometimes it's great and what the client wants, but I like to find that little challenge to do something a little different for every client, and I think that's kind of maybe what's motivates
I think
me.
that is what separates you from most people, is that sort of taking that challenge and that and the risk and trying things that are new and getting people excited. And in the end, after all of these spaces that you've created, you've also made a whole bunch of friends because people are so excited with what you've delivered.
Yes.
So
it's that, and the design process, believe it or not, it's intimate. I mean, if you stand with a couple and you have to design their bedroom, you know a lot.
Yeah.
So it really is.
Yeah.
So you do get close to the client, and yes, and then you have a bunch of friends, and you leave a mark.
Yes.
I mean, they enjoy the space that you were a part of, and I love that about that work.
I love that. If you want to get the amazing Noah, definitely check her out and follow the links below and phone numbers and everything. How far do you travel?
I've done projects that are over 2 hours from where I'm based. So,
which is in Bergen County, New Jersey. Okay,
right. But
amazing.
all of Bergen and everywhere around, we're such a tight county. It's very close. So absolutely, with pleasure.
Well, this community is very proud of you.
Thank you.
Many people know of you already, and we just need to get on your calendar. And we're proud of you and excited to see all the great work that you keep putting out. So
Thank you.
congratulations.
And thank you for having me here and doing this with me. This was a lot of fun.
Of course, it was my pleasure. Thanks, Noah.
Thank you.
Yay. Today's episode was sponsored by Amara. Amara means eternal. They help provide sustainable income for villages in India, making beautiful rattan collections available worldwide. Their home goods are just beautiful, and they are creating the future while keeping the richness and the traditions of the past in India. Please check out Amara at amaraexpressions.com and Amara Expressions on Instagram. Thank you.